what's the number one? Well, here it is. What's the number one thing that we have to deal with? What gets us the most? Mindset. But what's the biggest thing that we consider stress? A lot of people, how many, well, I would say how many people in this room are dealing with stress? How many people have put themselves in stressful situations? Come on, confess. Life's not perfect. We'll put ourselves in stressful situations. We're doing all those kind of things. Some of us are dealing with the crunch, where we have, in some cases, we have younger children and we're dealing with parent issues. We've got an adult parent that's elderly and needs help, can't be on their own. We got a bad boss. Trust me, I've been there quite a bit. I said when I worked for the city, I could count on my hand the number of good bosses I had in my 35-year career. Those kind of things. We put ourselves in those stressful situations. What's the problem with stress? It's really harmful to our bodies. So according to the American Psychological Association, chronic stress is linked to 6 leading causes of death: heart disease, cancer, lung ailments, accidents, cirrhosis of the liver, and suicide. Aren't you glad you stayed for this? Am I giving you enough depression here? Are you going to be able to come back from this and be more resilient? Okay, I'm trying to be funny. It's not. Well, here's the interesting part about stress, and I want you to look at stress differently from here on in. It's really strain. Hans Selye is the guy that actually coined the phrase behavioral stress, organizational stress, actually. And he realized years after he was printed all his doctorate, his thesis, and everything else, and all the material he apologized for causing it stress. Well, stress refers to external factors. That's why you heard of stress fractures. A bridge collapses, what is it? A stress fracture. How many bridges have collapsed in Winnipeg or Manitoba from the pressure of the ice, or the pressure of water flow? During floods, we've had bridges collapse. Stress. Strain is the internal factor. When we strain our voice, we strain our internal organs, we strain our ankles, we do all those kind of things, right? So we need to look at it from a different perspective. We need to stop referring to it as stress. We just call it strain. Does it sound a lot better if I just say, oh, I'm feeling really strained today?
Are you talking about strain as that's a choice you make, but some things are external factors. If you have a death in your family, wouldn't that be a stress because you have no control over it?
That causes strain on you. How you react to events in your life, whether it be the death of a family member or a loved one, is an internal factor. When we get emotional, we break down, we struggle, those are internal factors. The stress factor, if you fell and broke your leg, the force of falling creates a stress fracture, where you fall and hurt yourself. Those are external forces. How we choose to react to situations in our lives, whether it be deadlines at work, whether it be aging parents, whether it be the holiday time, and we have to meet with cousin Sally, who's the family know-it-all. Or I won't mention the family know-it-all in my family. He's probably watching this. You know who you are if you're watching. But those cause internal issues. Those cause anxiety. They cause anger.
I think it's a choice as to how we deal with it.
Exactly. And how we deal with that and how we recover from that determines how resilient we are.
It's kind of like is the glass half full or is it a half empty? It's like,
right.
Are you being optimistic or pessimistic?
Right.
Sorry,
Unless you're like me, I'm a sarcastic optimist. Glass is half full because I drank a half of it, so how's that for So there are stages of strain. This is what our body is reacting to when we put ourselves in a non-resilient mode versus the alarm stage. Well, how many people have heard of the word fight or flight? We're all good at that fight or flight response. That's what keeps us from getting hit by the car when it's on the street, coming towards us. That's what happened to, back in the days, cave dwellers, it was fight or flight. The saber-toothed tiger's coming at you, so you have a choice, run or stand there. There's the deer in headlights where you can stand there, fight or flight or freeze. But our body changes when we go into that mode. Our blood pressure gets cranked up. There's a few other, I'm trying to remember all the things that I've read on that, but our blood pressure changes. Our immune system depresses itself. It's not functioning fully. It constricts itself to provide blood flow to our muscles. What happens though when it's sustained for a long period of time? Well, our body tries to fight back. Our body's going, wait, I don't want this. Our blood's becoming thicker as it's trying to, and it's pumping through and it's straining it, starts to strain our organs. Where I said that it's the leading killer, stress can be the leading killer, this is what happens. Eventually, our bodies become exhausted. And we start having failure. People that are health problems, we end up with diabetes, high blood pressure. Our organs literally stop wanting to function properly